Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Montel
No,
Allen
I
was
got the
waiting
clear.
on me, y'all. Lord have mercy. You know something's going on in the news world today. Montel was waiting on me. What's up with you, brother?
Shoot. Man, blessed, man. I cannot complain, man.
Mm-hmm.
Life is good. God first, family,
Amen.
friends,
Amen.
everything else, man. I'm just, I'm in a really good place, so I cannot complain. How about
Okay.
yourself?
Listen, if I was complaining, no one would listen anyway. So I'm not gonna complain.
I mean, that's the plot. Hey, that's the story of the black man. But I got you, man. Don't
You
nobody
know, yeah,
nobody
hey,
listen.
I had one of the two kids here for 24 hours.
Uh
So,
huh.
and now both of them are together enjoying spring break with their friends. So, hey, I can't be mad. It's been a good time so far. So, yeah.
Hey,
Listen, let's see where we at, man. We got some stories to get in. Good Lord, we got all the people coming in. We got Shirley P in the building. Appreciate you, sis, for being here. Definitely enjoy and love having you here, brother Stark. He probably on the clock. See, he's supposed to be working. He's supposed to be teaching, probably, right? He called a little break time in class while he teaching them folks. But that's all right. We appreciate you, brother, and we are officially official in the building. Senior, I see you, sir. I see you. Um, okay, let's get. I want to talk about a couple of things before we get into the thing that we got to talk about. We're going to have some controversy, but I wanted to get into a story that I had since last week. And it was one I had on the screen here when you walked in and when you saw me. Marcus Jordan, one of Michael's sons, amidst substance abuse problems. Marcus has been arrested lately. He's been charged with being belligerent with police and everything. But I think this story, this piece of it right here, admits to a substance abuse problem. I think this is a grown folk kind of conversation. And
yeah.
right, obviously, we all wanted him to follow in his daddy's footsteps and do the thing, go out and play ball. He wasn't good at ball. He wouldn't did something else, but he's only 34 years old. He's had all these run-ins with the police. He recently had one early in February in Florida, facing charges that included driving under influence, possession of ketamine, and resisting arrest. But the man is down in the dumps. But I give him props for saying that, you know what? Okay, I got a problem. And I wish more and more folks would man up or grown up and do some of that, right? I don't wish we don't wish ill on anyone, but I wanted to call attention to this story right here, man. Have you been following Marcus
Yeah,
and
I
any of
follow
his
him.
stuff?
I follow him a little bit. His ups and downs a little bit because from basketball career. I think it wasn't either one dating Amber or not
Yeah.
dating Amber. He was dating Scottie Pippen's
I
wife,
forgot her
right?
name. Yeah.
Scottie Pippen's ex-wife,
Yes.
Laura Pippen. Laura
Yeah.
Pippens. Um, I mean, I commend him to acknowledge that he has an issue, that he has a problem. Right. That's step number one. Now it's really getting help. Like really committing yourself to getting help, not committing yourself to go to rehab and
Mm.
in a position where you're going to relapse. And with him, where money is not an issue or not an object, it's so easy to relapse, right? He's going to be, he goes to the big top parties. He goes to where all the socialites are at, where there's engagement of alcohol and drugs all the time.
Yeah.
So it's very easily accessible for someone like him. I think he's just going to have to come to a point where he has to really commit to being sober and sobriety. Well, 100%. Once that is, then we can celebrate. Just
Yeah.
admitting is the first step. Just admitting is the first step. Being committed is a totally different thing. Um, so once he shows commitment, I applaud him, man. I mean, he's in a bad situation for someone that wants to get sober or practice sobriety because, again, your father's Michael Jordan, so everybody's going to cater to you. Everyone. There is no one not catering to him. Even in the
T-
police run-ins, think about it, the police run-ins he's had. A normal person, Montel Allen, would have been in jail for 30 days,
Truth.
25 days.
Truth.
He's not. He's not. He gets slapped on the wrist, slapped on the hand, and then you get the opportunity to go, go check yourself into a rehab or do whatever you want to do. So I don't. I'm not gonna feel pity for him.
No.
Like I said, I respect that he admits that he has an issue. But the celebration comes when he commits to sobriety, not when you just admit it. That's just the first step.
That's
You
true.
know, I'm not.
And
I'm a
I
guy.
guess that,
I want the end game.
yeah, and I guess where I was saying is, I mean, again, that's a huge step, right?
Yeah.
Whatever the steps and the cycles of grief and forgiveness and all those are. But again, he says, look, I want to be sent to rehab. When you end up getting pulled over by the police because you got your SUV truck stuck on railroad tracks in the middle of the night, right? There's a problem. When you completely
Well,
inebriated and intoxicated, you glassy eyes, slurred speech, search of the vehicle revealed again the ketamine leading to his arrest, and bro,
see,
you stuck on
I,
the railroad tracks.
that a part of that's stupid though. That's being stupid, brother. There's Ubers. Uber. That is
Well,
UBR.
that's
Life.
true.
Lyft.
Mm.
Lyft. LYFT. You have so many
Which
opportunities.
he probably owns stock in, so you'll get knowing the
Yeah.
Jordan name, right? So,
So why are you trying to drive intoxicated,
mm,
or
come on.
when you have all these opportunities not? So you're being arrested as you being stupid. You're making sound bad decisions from the giddy up. Going there, going there getting drunk or getting high, whatever you did, and then the fact of the matter that you got in the car and then you try to take yourself wherever you were going to take yourself when you could have easily just called a Lyft or Uber that would have got you there safely and sound and you wouldn't be arrested. So I'm not applauding for stupidity. That's stupid. You just dumb.
Oh my
Why would you do
goodness.
that? And the fact of the matter, you have all the money in the world to be able to do it. It's not like your pockets are light. It ain't like I got no money in my bank
We said
account and
the
I need to
ends are
get home.
meeting. The ends are meeting
Yeah,
in the
the ends
Jordan
is meeting
house.
real
Yeah.
good. So why would you put yourself in a situation to do something stupid?
See that? See what happened when he get talking about folks? Is the FBI that
So
came after him? See, yeah.
nah. That's so with that being said, man, I'm not gonna applaud. I mean, I can't commend him on being stupid and why he got arrested because I really truly think that's just stupidity, not planning your events or your evenings out. I would, like I said, the only thing that I will show a tremendous amount of respect for him is that he admits he has an issue and he has a problem, and the
Yeah.
fact that he came out publicly. Now, the part I don't like about that article is I want someone to send me to rehab. Take your ass yourself to rehab. You got all the money in the world. What the hell you talking
Hold
about?
on. Hey,
You
hey.
want
So
somebody to send you to rehab?
let's see. Take that that Lamborghini SUV that you had stuck
Yeah,
on the railroad tracks. Take that. Okay. Drive
yeah.
yourself.
See that's the kind of inconsistency that I struggle with in a certain
Mm.
person in this situation. You're telling me you're rich, you have all the opportunity in the world, and then you say, I want somebody to send me to rehab. If you really want to commit to being sober, you say, I'm checking myself into rehab. I'm gonna really go for this at a go. Not I'm waiting for somebody to send me. Because if you're saying you're waiting for somebody to send you, then that means you ain't fully committed. You're not committed to doing it.
Wow.
So I appreciate the article who wrote it. I appreciate him admitted it, but Mr. Jordan, you're a spoiled ass brat. Let's just call it what it is. You're
You got to take that
spoiled, and
next
you
step.
you
You got
want
to take
somebody to
that
do
next
something
righteous
for you.
step.
Yeah, instead of taking initiative. And I don't mean to clown his son, and I'm no person to critique anybody, but I just think those are dumb decisions. I'm critiquing his decisions, not the man he is.
Yeah.
I'm just critiquing his decisions, and I think those decisions are dumb that he's made, and the things that are coming out of his mouth that the reporter quoted. To me, those are dumb saying things.
It was interesting that I didn't see and it probably was. So again, I'm not going to speculate on any of the quote unquote major news networks or channels. This is off of, because I follow all of Jordan stuff. So it came up in a feed from that. And this is from blacknews.com.
Hmm.
But just
Okay.
interesting that it didn't come up on a major feed. But we wish him the
Well,
best. We hope, hopefully his brother goes and takes care of himself. What we going to say?
yeah. I hope he does commit to sobriety. I really does
Yeah.
because I think he probably has a lot. He has a lot to offer, man. I mean, can you imagine what kind of stories he has?
Man, yeah, the stories that
You
he can
know,
tell. Oh my God, just being a
yeah,
mentor
yeah.
to
What
some
kind
young
of stories he
cats.
could tell? Yeah. What kind of stories he could tell? What things he's been involved in? What is his world like? Can anybody imagine what it's like being the son of Michael Jordan? Probably unbelievable pressure, but you got
Mm-hmm.
also unbelievable rewards, at least financial rewards, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're financially set. You're basically grandfathered into Nike, whatever you want,
Right,
and
like
you're grandfathered into Gatorade and all these things. So you know what I'm saying? I mean, he doesn't have to want a job. I mean, he can go get a job when he wants to because his dad will get him a job wherever he wants to go. And I believe in that. Nepotism all good if he's qualified to do the
Hey,
job.
everybody else is
I
doing it.
just,
Everybody
yeah,
else
yeah.
doing it.
I'm just saying, just make better decisions, my man. Please make better decisions, and then somebody like me doesn't have to say something about it. Even though I'm a nobody, but then I don't have to say anything about it.
But we gonna tell the truth. We gonna tell the truth. Listen, what's up with your rich vibes? Appreciate you, brother, for being here all the way from the other side of the ocean, UK. Rich, you ever checked out Rich Vibes? DJ,
No,
R&B DJ too,
no,
man.
I
So
haven't. I haven't. You just send me a link.
well, every
Yeah.
time Rich come on, I had to play. I gotta. My mind's telling me no. That's all I
Why
can play.
is that?
That's
Because of the
all.
R. Kelly fan, or just the fact he tuned in?
I, It's all I can play because again, I don't want no more strikes from YouTube, and I don't want no conversation about why I got R. Kelly in my sound triggers. But that's a joke between me and Rich. All right,
Okay.
John from
Okay.
Davidson's All Natural Gym is in the building. Appreciate you, sir. Listen, we 16 by 9, brother. So I know you like this show. So appreciate you for being here. And I saw that comment from Marvin. He says he wasn't properly prepared for grown up life. My goodness. All right.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I agree with that. I agree with that because I think he's spoiled. I think he's a spoiled guy.
Yeah.
I think Michael Jordan's son is spoiled, like
Mm-hmm.
most rich kids are.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I ain't even rich, and my kids are spoiled. What the hell I'm
Well,
talking about? So,
again,
yeah,
if you while you think about it, and so we'll talk about it. We'll throw some shade out there. If you were dating your daddy's teammate ex-wife, and we're gonna get married to her, and didn't think that was gonna be a problem.
I mean, that's another bad decision.
That's
I mean,
scandalous, boy. That's scandalous.
regardless, man. Regardless, I mean, that's like. Let's give an example. That's like me and my wife divorcing, and then you start dating.
Oh my
Like
God, there'd be some
it's a
furniture
problem.
moving.
I
I
mean,
my Montel would listen.
yeah,
He would come after.
it's a problem, but I mean, even if it's years and years removed, I would
That's
be
not
like,
right.
man, really, you gonna cross that line?
Yeah, that's not
I
right.
mean, there's just certain things you don't cross that he crossed them. I don't know if it's out of spite for his dad or he just wanted to show he's a grown man he can do, and I'm pretty sure she stroked his ego as far as it's okay. I just think he's just made a lot of bad decisions in the media, man. I
Yeah.
mean, for real, he's just made a lot of bad decisions, and I think that just comes with being spoiled. And this is just one more layer on top of it, in my opinion. And and everyone out there, my opinion is just my opinion. You can feel differently all you want.
Feel the way you feel. It's all good. It's all
Yeah.
good. Rich, yeah. If you can't put a link in, because I typically lock down putting links in, just send it to me in a DM, or I'll put it in the description for sure to where all of your sets are, brother. Next story, we want to talk about this, and this is an interesting story because we had a very similar situation happen already before, but now we got another incident with dog
Yeah.
fighting. And it's going to
Yeah.
be really interesting to see how LeSean Johnson, ex NFL player, ex NFL running back for Arizona, this brother, but I don't think it's going to be as nice for him as it was for Michael Vick, and it wasn't nice for Michael Vick. Here's the story: 190 pit bulls were seized. The man was running a illegal fighting ring. 21 count indictment against Johnson, who played 6 seasons in the NFL. Accused the 54-year-old of possessing 190 pit bull type dogs for use in animal fighting ventures. They're gonna make it. I think they're gonna make a case out of this, brother. Yeah. Michael
Yeah.
Vick's situation was bad, but not everyone knows who LeSean Johnson is, and you should learn.
I
But why
mean,
are we fighting dogs? First, that was the reason why I bought this story. I want to ask you: do you know why are we fighting dogs?
I don't know. It's
I don't.
to
Somebody,
me,
anybody
okay.
know this?
Let me rewind back. So back when I was young, when I was a kid, they used to fight dogs in my neighborhood. They used to, especially the Latinos and we had a couple of Italian cats and brothers. They all had their dogs and they would fight and gamble money on it.
Yeah.
So I don't, and I know they do it down south, right in the Houston area or in the Texas area. They still dog
Okay.
fight and
So
they even
this
do
was in
rooster
Oklahoma.
fights.
So probably kind of the
Yeah, yeah.
same.
So they still do those types of things there for gambling purposes. I mean, my question is why they do it. They do it for gambling and doing those things. To me, is it any different than from humans boxing, bare knuckle boxing? I mean, we're in a situation. They're using animals to fight, and I'm not saying and I'm not a dog lover or dog hater. So I don't want no animal Peter coming after me.
Lord
I'm
have
not
mercy.
either
Don't get
or.
in trouble.
But,
Don't get in
no,
trouble
no,
with
but
Peter.
no.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, I mean, that's a part of what they've been able to they've done down there. They do rooster fightings, they do dog fightings. That's their thing. I'm not into it, but I mean,
Yeah.
that's their thing. Uh, um, but I don't see it any different than two humans fighting. Like two humans go in there and try to tear each other apart as well, and they do it based on money. There would be no such thing as bare knuckle fighting if there was not a betting scheme for it.
Okay.
There would be no such thing as
Yeah,
MMA
I
if
just
there
want to have this
wasn't
conversation. Yeah.
bets around it. If there was money, if there wasn't money involved in them, in gambling money, not with the money they're getting to be on TV, the gambling money. If that wasn't involved, people wouldn't do it. So people are doing it because of gambling situations. That's probably why he was raising dogs and was getting people were buying dogs and he was fighting dogs in order to gamble and make money off of it. Is it right or wrong? I mean, that's for somebody else to decide and judge. I have an indifferent opinion. I could care less. Like I'm not like I said, I'm not a dog hater nor a dog lover. I don't it doesn't bother me either
Yeah.
way.
I just
Whichever way it
again
goes.
wonder. I personally don't see the joy or the excitement of it. So I
Yeah.
lived in Japan
I
for
don't
3 years, 4 years, and we went and saw the mongoose and the snake fights, cobra and the mongoose fights. Right, so they put a mongoose and a cobra.
yeah,
Again,
yeah.
I saw it like a couple of times. I didn't enjoy it because it was
It
violent.
doesn't yeah, it's
And
just
I guess it's a national pastime in Japan, and so we went to it and we saw it just for being in that area and
mhm.
experiencing it. But I've never been to any cockfights, any chicken fights, and I'm not planning on going to any dog fights.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I don't get it. I don't get a thrill out of it at all. I don't, like I said, I really don't. I'm very impartial to it. I don't really have a nay or a yay. I feel
Yeah,
bad for the animals. Yeah, is it cruel to them? Absolutely, but I feel it's cruel for humans. It's cruel for those cops. They had those juvenile boys in L.A. area fighting each other till they beat each other publicly, and
let's keep
the guards
talking.
were there
Let's keep
begging them.
talking about it. So again,
You know what
opening
I'm
up
saying?
different types of conversation here.
So
Let's go.
people, I mean, so I don't see people, I don't see them crying for that, but they're gonna cry for dogs, right? And to me, I'm saying, me personally, it's my belief. I believe a human life to me is more worth more than a animal's life. You know,
Ditto.
in
Ditto.
my that's me.
Yeah.
But I'm saying this is a ex-NFL player raising dogs to dog fight. But very little conversation has been talked about those officers in juvenile facilities were making those boys fight each other till they beat each other damn near to death in LA and betting on it, doing side bets and actually filming it
Yeah.
live so other people can make bets on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
So
all wrong. Yeah.
and that's done not just in LA, it's done in other places too. They just haven't got caught yet.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
we've heard in lots of prisons where they make guys fight each other for betting purposes to do money. So the sport of fighting, whether it's an animal or a human, has always been there, and it's always been a situation where they're gambling on it. LeSean just got caught because there's an eye on animal cruelty, and he's going to get busted. And you're right, they're going to throw the hammer at him. But I'm saying, don't come on here and ask me to feel any different about a dog than I feel about these juvenile boys being pushed to fight to damn near the death as well.
I
It's
like perspective. I like
yeah,
perspective. So yeah, that's a good thing right there. Bishop Donald Oliver is in the building. So man, watch what you say now. We got clergy in the
I don't
building.
plan on saying nothing wrong.
Watch what you
I don't
say.
plan on saying nothing wrong. God
Listen.
bless everybody out there, man.
Amen.
You know?
Amen. Listen. Watch what you say, boy. Bishop Donald Oliver's in the building. Appreciate you being here, sir. Shirley says two wrongs don't make it right.
Nope, I agree.
Two wrongs don't make it right. But again, I'm not a betting
And two
man too
rights don't
much.
make a left. So it's
Say that one more
everything.
time. God.
Everything. I mean, it's all bad. It's all bad. Like for the sport, for any of those sports, it's kind of all bad because somebody has to get hurt. Um, but I'm just saying. So is the supplier or the consumer the wrong? Because you're busting him.
Both. But
Are you gonna bust the
wait a
people
minute.
that were
Okay,
there
because now you're
betting?
saying I'm bad. I'm wrong for going to the mongoose and snake.
No, no.
Okay,
Well, I
no.
mean, well, in that instance, I think you were. For looking at us, who's the wrong person? Is the person that's the supplier or the person that wants to demand? So, are we going to bust everybody that was at those dog fights that were betting because there was a demand for it, are we just busting only Mr. Johnson? Are we gonna bust? Why do we just bust the drug dealer and not bust the drug consumers? They're just as guilty as well. He's selling illegal drugs, but yet they're buying the illegal drugs. So who? Again, we got to ask who's wrong, or where do we stand? We always stand that the person that's the supplier is always wrong. What about the people that are consuming it?
Yeah.
Shouldn't
That's
they be
a hard
partially
like
to
that's
blame?
a Michael Jackson kind of man in the mirror question right there, right? Again, because
Well,
because again, you're asking, am I wrong? Because and my dad's on the line here too, because he was there. He was one that took it. So I'm not throwing you under the bus. I'm not throwing you under the bus,
why
Dad.
you ratting? See, you ratting already. Look at you, man.
Oh, I'm
Cold. You
setting
cold feet.
context. I'm saying but again, we paid to go to this event and watch these animals
Yeah.
commit to battle because it's a national pastime in Japan. So are we in the wrong as well for giving money to go see this event? Or is it the ones who coordinated the event? Who's more wrong? Who's more right? Kind of thing. That's an
I'm just
interesting
saying,
question,
man.
and I've never
I'm
thought about
saying
it. That was
we.
some 30 years ago, and I had never thought about that. See,
Well, you gotta think about it.
y'all. Hey, Lord, Dad gonna call me after the show and be
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
son, why
because
you
you
put me
just
down
snitched
like
on your dad,
that?
man. You wrong. You totally wrong. I'm just saying you got to ask yourself. I mean, we always in our society in our judicial system we bust the supplier.
Yeah.
We do. We bust the person that's the supplier. So, and I'm going to use this as an analogy. So we always arrest and bust the drug dealer, but yet we don't bust or corral. We actually empathize or sympathize with the consumer. Oh, he's a
Mm.
drug addict. Oh,
Hmm.
he's this. We got to give him help. Okay, well, but just because you got to give him help don't mean he's not wrong. You're buying the illegal drugs. He's supplying it. So that's just business 101. I mean, there's a demand, you provide that demand, but you're saying this person is always wrong, and this person we got to show a pass to because they're taking the drugs or they're consuming it. They're both wrong. So why don't they both be punished? If we're going to punish somebody, you need to punish everybody that's involved. But we don't do that. Again, Johnson, he's probably raising dogs, doing dog fighting, doing it because there's a demand and there's big money in it. Okay? I'm acknowledging he's wrong. But you better
Hmm.
acknowledge that everybody's going to pay to watch the dog fights, everybody's betting on the dog fights, everybody's helping them raise the dogs and get to that way. They're wrong too. So why the whole everybody being punished? That's the same problem I had with the Michael Vick situation. How come everybody wasn't punished? He was the only one that took the downfall, but yet there were so many other people that were involved, including the people that went and watched the fights
Yes.
and paid to watch the fights and betted on the fights, the dog fights. But none of them people were arrested. Only he was. So that's kind of that's where I'm crazy, you guys. My mind kind of just works that way. I don't know.
But this is the conversation to have. This is the conversation to have, right? Because again, this is very interesting. And I'm not snitching, but I'm bringing it up just to have the dialogue. And I like to
You dry
pull the
snitching, man. I don't want to hear that. That was a dry snitch. You told right on your dad
man, I told right
on
on
the
on my
podcast.
dad. Lord have mercy. Y'all
That's
pray for me.
cold.
That's why Bishop Oliver, please pray for me. Hey, I'm gonna change the subject right quick. Tall boy, you see, Rich is trying to send a link. I told him, Rich, come on over to my channel, James Hicks, and Tall boy is a moderator, and he can push the link onto the screen. I'm just deviating, bobbing and weaving. I'm doing the pick and roll, doing the pick
There
and
you
roll.
go.
Let's move
Get
on.
your Stockton Malone on. Get your Stockton
Yeah,
Malone on. I feel
I'm
you.
trying to just bob and weave and go someplace else now. Montel studio looks better. I see you. Uh-huh.
Oh, appreciate it,
He
man.
said, look
Appreciate
at
it.
you had to go over to that location more often, I guess.
Hey, man. Yeah,
I'm
you
not
trying to
putting your
call my own
business out there.
location. I don't like that, but okay,
Yeah,
I
you
got
see,
you.
I am not putting your business out there. I'm not saying where you are. I'm not gonna give any GPS coordinates. But
No, it's all
I'm
good.
gonna say, see, there he go. There he go. Uh, two stories we need to get into, and it's gonna take probably a little bit of time to talk about them. First, a serious story that's got both of us not feeling well at all. God, Juju.
Yeah, man. What a blow.
Any follower of not just sports, anybody who's got a heart, right? I'm not gonna let you. I'm not gonna steal your thunder because again, you really are the Juju Watkins. But man, when I saw Juju go down 5 minutes or so into the game, Not a betting man again, but immediately when I saw it, I said, you know what? That's the ACL. And come to
Yeah,
find out, ACL tear, she's out getting that looked at season ending. But shouts out to the rest of the USC squad who stepped
yeah,
up, and they were supposed to win either way. Even if Juju
yeah,
was out there on the court or not, but they really showed out and showed that the team next person up. But man, I'm still gonna watch it all the games, right? You know I'm
yep,
UConn, you know I'm Paige Beckers, you know I'm all that. But man, I really wanted to see some South Carolina. I really wanted to see UConn.
yeah,
I wanted to see those three 100% healthy. Still watching it all, but
yeah.
talk to me because I was texting you right when it happened. I was like,
Yeah,
dude,
you told me right when it happened. I was like,
man,
I actually wasn't watching the game, and you pinged me. Um, my fault. My stomach dropped because I'm a big fan of hers. This is crazy, man. So, and you guys don't get this news. So, Juju just signed, I think a $400,000 NIL deal right before the tournament. Right before the tournament. $400,000.
yeah,
This is how good of a person she is. She donated all $400,000 to a women's shelter. Not one dime went to her. Think about it. We're talking about a 19-year-old, someone giving her $400,000, and she was like, nah, she donated every last bit to the women's shelter. That's the kind of, I think, character she is. As far as she always wants to give back and be a part of the community. That's number one. For this to happen, I know she was already playing on a hobbled ankle, and then
yeah.
her
She
going
already
for the
had some.
layup,
Yeah, she already wasn't
yeah,
100%. Yeah,
yeah, and then she was going for the layup, and the girl, she didn't nudge her intentionally. She did not. She was trying to foul her, and when she fouled her, she came down wrong and tore her ACL. Um, Devastating blow for USC. Devastating blow for the university as a whole. Devastating for their athletics, big time, because she's the top star in that whole entire USC program, including every football player that's there. Um, Bad for women's basketball, right? Or a blow. I shouldn't be say bad, but a blow for women's basketball, especially when they're on this surgence of becoming. I mean, that we know more about the women's now than we know about men's, and we actually look forward to watching the women's more than we look to watching the men. Like you just said, you're excited who the possible Final Four was going to be with South Carolina. Shout out to Pow Pow from San Diego that plays on the team. We got like I said, Connecticut, and then we're supposed to meet in the Final Eight, and USC was on a collision course to meet in the Final Eight. Elite Eight, I'm sorry. And then you got Notre Dame was playing good. I mean, you got a lot of teams that are just really, really dynamic. And Juju was the face,
yeah.
right? She was the face of NCAA basketball, and now she's down with an injury. But you know what? United States, we always love a comeback story. So I hope she comes back bigger, badder, and stronger than
And she
ever
will. Yeah,
next year. Yeah, next year I think she's going to be a force to reckon with. But the crazy part about it now, it avoids those conversations about is she coming out this year, right? Now those conversations are definitely a no. I think she wants to come back one more year and play at USC and win a national championship,
yeah, yeah. I
which is
want to
great.
talk about the extracurriculars, right? Because again, that's what we talk about too. We talk about all the under stories as well. So everyone in the stands was getting a little hot, right? And
Yep,
rightfully so. Emotions are high, and the star player, the young lady who owns Southern California, she's probably as popular as a LeBron James or Bronny James or whomever, right? She don't have to pay for no burgers wherever she
yep.
goes. But the handshake line wasn't all that cordial.
Nah, I mean,
And there's
and if
some
you look at
fans
it, if
and
you look,
fans in the stands were like, we
yeah,
gonna say something about this.
if you look at it, it looked like she nudged her, right? She nudged her. She did nudge her. She tried to foul her to stop her from making the basket. It is what it is, and that's part of basketball. I don't think she made an illegal play or a dirty play. I
No,
think she was just trying to stop her from making a three and one. And Juju actually just came down the wrong way. It wasn't like the girl pushed her where she was going to fall. She just came down the wrong way on her leg, and that. And I can understand fans getting hot and being chippy. She has such a strong following. Juju does a strong following for her basketball career. I mean, you got to think she's homegrown from LA, and she was on the
yeah,
verge of taking USC to the championship. It almost was like loving basketball, right? Kind of just almost mimics that story to the fullest.
y'all look at
Um,
y'all go research that. Y'all go watch. You need to
yeah,
go
yeah,
watch that movie. Yeah,
and then shoot. the night before she was in the stands chilling with a homeboy
Jaden
from the
Daniels.
Washington Redskins, the quarterback from Washington
And,
Redskins.
and his mama.
Yeah, and the
You notice
mom.
how
So
Mama
I
wouldn't stand in
mean,
between them two. Mama was okay. That's a whole nother
yeah,
story though. But
it just
again,
seemed like everything was just aligning right, and then this happens, man. But you fall back to make a good comeback, and I think with
mm,
God's blessing and her hard work and her work ethic and all that things, I think she's gonna be back fine and stronger than ever. And she's LA's baby girl, man. I wouldn't even say LA, she's Southern California's baby girl, and
yeah,
she's just
that's
that
true.
talented of a player.
Yeah. Tall boy saying, yeah, it was a basketball play, and it was, and rightfully so.
Yeah,
No one, again, we were all third people looking in. We didn't see any malice. It was in the heat of competition, but you kind of understand both sides of it. The fans and everyone, even players, are a little chippy either throughout the game or even at the end of the game. Say, man, again, why did this have to happen? Because you never wish injury on anybody, and then not to, you don't want it to happen to anyone. But good Lord, why got to happen to Juju? I even
yeah,
worry about,
yeah. I
so
mean,
again, I even worry about when Coach Gino left Paige Beckers in for an extended period of
it.
time at her last game at UConn after they'd already won the game for the
Yeah,
most
yeah,
part.
yep,
But
yep,
just to
yep,
get a couple more points and just to have a few. No, she already was out for a year and a half with a lower body injury. Don't
yep.
risk it when you don't have to. But again, it's like basketball play, unintentional. I'm seeing the comments coming in as well, and good.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
She'll be
I mean, it
back.
wasn't intentional, man. I mean, you can't even say it was malice because it wasn't. It was just a play that she tried to make on the ball. She fouled it hard. Juju came down the wrong way, and it's all unfortunate.
Hmm.
But hey, God don't make no mistakes, man.
Say that one more
There's a
time.
reason. There's a reason why he slowed her down for her to get her game stronger, better, make her rehab. I'm not quite sure, make her concentrate on something.
Hmm.
God makes no mistakes, in my opinion. He doesn't. So everybody goes through the trials and tribulations for a reason, you know. And if we look at the great athletes, they all did it. Michael Jordan had to do it. Kobe had to do it. They've all had those major injuries that set them out for a year. And guess what? They came back even more vicious, more hungry, and stronger than ever when they came after those injuries. So maybe that's what he's setting her up for. That's only God's plan. But I mean, that's all I can hope for.
That's we're gonna leave it with that because that's a good encouraging statement right there. So Talbot was saying, when was the last major injury in the tournament?
Paige Becker, 2 years ago.
Yeah, and notice
Well,
we only
hers was
thinking.
going into the tournament. Hers was going into the tournament, but yeah,
Yeah,
she was the major
it's
blow.
funny though. Notice we only talking about the women. We're not even talking about the dudes because nobody's watching the
I can't
dudes.
even name five guys, bro. I can't even name five
That's
starting
funny.
players on any
That's
team.
kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Okay, all right. Let's get into this other sports related NBA kind of related situation. Uh, Let me start with just some color commentary. Y'all know too.
Mhm.
I'm not a Stephen A. Smith fan. I'm not a fan of Stephen. I just think he loud. I don't like it. There's this back and forth going on between him and LeBron James right now. Y'all saw it a few weeks ago. LeBron went and approached him at a Lakers Knicks game, saying, "Keep my son out of your mouth." That kind of thing. This is probably a nepotism thing that we talk about as well. LeBron has done a lot of things to get his son not just directly into the NBA as opposed to probably where he should be in the G League, but also on one of the storied franchises. He's on the Los Angeles Lakers. He's not on the
Mhm.
Bucks, not on the Raptors, not on the Wizards. This boy is on the Lakers. Back and forth. I'm summarizing back and forth between Stephen A. and LeBron. LeBron approached him. Now LeBron is going on podcast talking to Pat McAfee about, sending up memes about Stephen A. saying, look at how he punt, right? Just making fun of him. Stephen A. went
Yeah.
on his show First Take. It was either this morning or yesterday, and said, call LeBron everything except his name. Pretty
Mhm.
much said, listen, brother, you not the best. Michael Jordan is the best. I agree with that too. That was the one thing about Stephen A. said that I agree with him. I've ever agreed upon him. But pretty much saying you not to go. You not you. playing 22 years. Michael did it in 15 years. You don't have all the championships. Wow, yeah, all this stuff. And pretty much saying if it come to it, there's gonna be some furniture moving. It's almost to that point, right? When these two type A plus personalities are now barking at each other on their own platforms, it sounds like it's gonna get, irregardless of how much money they got, irregardless of $100 million contract, or however much it was for Stephen A, and regardless of the $1 billion that LeBron got liquid in his account, they're gonna be some. There needs gonna be some distance between these two cats when they come into the same building, and this is just getting uglier by the minute, and it's turning childish to me. So I want to get your thoughts on it, because again, here we got someone like LeBron James opening up schools, doing all this, trying to be this persona, approaching a dude in public, knowing that he's being filmed, because he's probably told the guy up in the stands to film me while I go talk to this guy so I can make some content over it, as opposed to hollering at him in the back room, right, man to man. That's one criticism that I have of that first encounter. Then you got Stephen A saying, "Listen, man, don't come at me. I'm a journalist. I report. You done brought your son into the league. He's not supposed to be in the league. Why is he on the Lakers? One, you not the right." And just both of them just chipping at each other. It's a war of words, but where do you think this is going to end up? And how do you feel about this war of words by two highly visible black men in society today? And it's not just us 50, 40, 30-year olds looking. It's our 20, 19, 14-year olds. It's our kids that look at First Take and ESPN and the Los Angeles Lakers and all that stuff. I know I said a whole lot, but just your thoughts on this whole situation.
Just set us back 10 years again, man. We look
Wow.
stupid collectively. As black men, we look stupid. And I'll tell you why we look stupid. You mean to tell me that two multi-hundred millionaires can't sit down and have a conversation and get this out of the public eye? Like, it's to me, it's like the dumbest thing in the world. Like, that these conversations could have been had back and not all in the front. Can you imagine Troy Aikman, who's the commentator of Fox and the sports, having a problem with who's the top, Tom Brady, in public spats? Like, they don't
No,
do
yeah, that
that.
wouldn't happen.
Tom
Yeah, that wouldn't
Troy
happen.
Aikman's not going to walk up on Tom Brady and have this illicit conversation and then verbally jab each other back and forth from the media. It doesn't happen. And I'm quite sure they've had disagreement comments. They disagree with each other. I'm sure he said unfavorable things about Tom Brady, but you don't react that way. And I don't care if it's his son or not. LeBron James should have took that conversation and had it in the hallway or outside of the public eye and just checked him if he was going to check him and do whatever. Stephen A now wants to be a tough guy and act like he's a tough guy by saying all these bad things about LeBron. Sorry, man. LeBron is six whatever, 6'8", 280 pounds. Stephen A, on your best day, you might be 6'1", 200 pounds. So by sure the sure body, the body types and the way they are,
Yeah.
it's not going to be a fight.
And how
I'm just
much you
saying,
train and how much in shape you are. Come on, Stephen A.
yeah, yeah.
You
But
not
the
you not ready.
optics, man, the optics of this whole situation, it makes us black men look stupid. It really does, man. It makes us look like we're very, very ignorant, dumb, and stupid because we're airing our disagreements in the public. It's okay to disagree, but as grown men, especially grown businessmen, grown millionaires, should be able to take this situation and handle behind closed doors. Why? This is a prime example why we got this big problem in our hip hop culture where rappers are killing other rappers because there's no one to give them an example how to handle your disagreements behind closed doors,
Mm,
resolve it, and move forward.
come on.
So I don't. It's dumb. Kendrick Perkins getting involved now. Why did
Yeah.
he go on a different podcast? Why did he go on Pat McAfee? Because Pat McAfee probably paid him a little chump change for him to go on there. That's why. And
Well,
all
yeah.
you other
Well,
guys just want to
Rich
want
Paul
to
was
fade.
on. Backstory, and again, it's all optics with these cats. Rich Paul was on
Yeah.
Pat McAfee about a week and a half ago, And I was like,
Yeah,
what's he doing there? And come on, you know, after the session that, you know, a little handshake, a little woo woo, little negotiation. I'm
yeah.
here a couple weeks. Let me bring my guy. Let me
It's
bring
all
LeBron on.
it's all good. So does you think this Joe Rogan gets mad because Tom Brady went on Shannon Sharp's show? Like, why don't you come on my show? Like, come on, man. Like, we as I shouldn't say we. African American men, millionaires that are in
Say
this
something now.
situation, that are in
Yeah.
the sports entertainment world, need to really get a grip on themselves and understand how they should handle business. Like, really, like, we shouldn't, our dirty laundry shouldn't be aired out on there. I don't care if it's for entertainment purposes. You shouldn't be airing our dirty laundry out there or your disagreements out there. You should go ahead behind closed doors and resolve them. And let's go back to being businessmen. You
This
know,
this makes us look bad. This, and
it
I'll
makes us
say it
look
us, right? Even though I'm not a millionaire billionaire, this makes us because we got to explain
makes
this
us look
behavior.
bad, man.
Yeah,
It makes our kids look at situations different. Like, oh my goodness, they can't even resolve this things that then, and it's a really minor thing, man. To be honest with you, LeBron, I get it. Hey, man, keep my son's name out your mouth, man. If you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing to him
yeah,
about all. That could have been done behind closed doors, easily. Boom, fine, man. I respect that. I won't say nothing about him again. Cool. Nobody had to know they had the conversation. It keeps it pushing. But now we're making a spectacle of this whole situation. And to me, at some point, man, I really started thinking, like, is this staged? Like, is this really happening, or is this a staged event just to grow popularity? Because we know First Take has been down on the ratings. No one's really watching it no more like they
yeah.
used to.
That's true. That's true.
You know, the Lakers just got this big boom. LeBron's on his way out. It wouldn't surprise me if they say, why don't we start some controversy stuff to make all these ratings go good and go high as I don't know what. Because everybody loves to peg one person as a hero as an enemy. Hey, and
Yeah,
like I told you, the villain is somebody's hero too. Hey, Stephen A. Smith is in there like, yo, man, I'll be the villain and you be the hero, and we'll all get this paper.
the
I
villain is somebody's hero too. I'm gonna
I
find the
just
shirt because we got that in the merch store. But
Yeah, I just don't, man. I just don't. This just is dumb to me, man, and I don't get it. I really don't. I really don't. I really
well,
don't
and
understand.
again, I'm seeing the comments too, but I want to put this up because, and again, it's getting petty because LeBron is sending out these memes right here, you know,
Yeah,
making
like,
fun. Because this is what I was referring to of
yeah, I know.
Stephen A. boxing
Yeah,
a few years ago, whenever it was. You know, he don't look good when he out there. Like, oh Lord, you know that's funny. But again, why you stooping to this level and sending out memes like this?
why is why is a
Why you doing
billionaire even
this?
paying attention to that, bro? Like, why? Let's real. If I'm
Yeah.
a billionaire and James, you have some comments for me. I'm not even paying attention to you. I feel you know who does a great job of this? It's funny and it's kind of ironic. You know who does a great job of it? Eminem. He tells you,
Mm,
I hear what everybody's saying, but I just don't
mm,
address it.
yeah.
I don't address it till it's the right time. I'll address it. I'll address it then. Or some of them I won't even address. I won't even say anything about it. I'm gonna let that slide. You know. Flip the other side. Love him. Kendrick Lamar has no problem in airing everybody's dirty laundry out there. He gonna say so. You know what I mean? So, man, what I'm serious with us, because I feel that I'm the later generation of the hip hop culture and our culture. Period. We need to really stop, man. We do. We need to stop and just handle business like businessmen are supposed to handle it. You know, we need to be able to have idols and mentors and people we watch on TV to entertain us to show a different light, man, and be handle yourself in a professional setting. This is the I'm telling you right now, me personally, this is the worst I've seen LeBron. I've always had I'm not a big fan of
Yeah.
him on the court because I'm not a big fan. I don't think he's the greatest because of the debate,
Yeah.
but I've always admired him off the court because he's done so much, producing movies, opening schools,
Right.
always giving money back to Akron, Ohio, like no tomorrow. He's done all these great things behind the scenes. He's raised two outstanding young men and a beautiful young daughter. Got one of his sons to the NBA, and his other son's gonna be in the NBA because he's that good. Always talking about he's gonna be an owner. Got his crew that he played basketball with. All of them worked for him and got great jobs. And one of them was one of the richest agents ever, Rich
Hmm.
Paul. Another success story. He's done all these great things to be tarnished to have an argument with Stephen A. Smith and now spatting all out on TV to make us black men look bad. Like,
It's not a good look.
LeBron, you better than that, man. I mean, you better than that. Like, be the bigger
That's it
man and
right
walk
there.
away.
That's it right there. Right
Yeah.
when you and he knows it. And we talk a lot about having the right cats around you. He's got the right folks around him.
Yeah.
Right?
Rich
You
Paul should
know
be like,
better than
man,
that. Why waste
let
your
that.
time on these types
Yeah.
of conversation and putting out memes like this
Yeah.
and then just dragging down because I always talk about branding, right?
Yeah.
Again, us in the industry, us in media, always talking about our personal brand. That don't look right for someone who calls
Well,
themselves the GOAT or the king, and you are out
the,
here making fun of little old Stephen A. Smith.
the funny thing is he went on Pat McAfee. He justified why he did what he does.
Yes, he did.
I
Yeah, he
signed with
did.
Nike because 90 offered me this money. I know I wear the number 23 because I'm a big fan of Michael Jordan. I mean, you don't have to justify anything, dude. You're supposed to be the king. I don't have to justify anything. I done went on there and be like, you know what? I had my piece with Stephen A. Smith. I told him what I told him, and now it's time to move on. Beyond that, I have nothing else to say. What the way I will hurt him is I would never do an interview with him ever again. That's how you hurt him. I will never go on the show again. I will never endorse Stephen A. Smith as a guy again. I will never give him any insight about me ever again. Period. So
It's
as
gonna
far as
be
what
interesting because
I'm
so Steve.
concerned,
Yeah, well, go ahead.
that's it. Yeah, I'll be like, as far as I'm concerned, that's it. That's how they do it in the real world. Guess what?
Right.
They just sever business relations.
So
I won't
Stephen A.
support you, you
said
don't
on
support me,
First
move
Take
on.
on his rant before First Take, again, it was either this morning or yesterday. He's still opening the door for a one-on-one conversation, unedited with LeBron James. So maybe that's just pomp and circumstance. Maybe that's
Come on, man.
just
That's for ratings,
chatter.
though.
Like I said,
That's for
maybe
ratings.
that's just chatter.
Yeah, he
But
wants to get the ratings, and I don't blame him. His job is to bring. Think about it. If he does that on First Take is now the number one sports show again on TV, and it catapults him again back to why they justify giving him that $100 million, right? And I understand drama sells, love and hip hop, all that shit sells because they want to see people arguing and us always combative and at each other. That was at Love and Hip Hop. That's a stage show, so we expect that. I don't expect that in my sports and entertainment world. I don't expect you guys being chattery and being and cat fighting and bringing up past and talking about what you didn't do and what you're supposed to do and vice versa. One as a commentator and one as a player. That's not how it's supposed to be, especially when you guys are both millionaires.
yeah,
We should be like, hey, let's handle it. And if I was Stephen A. Smith, he should have said none of this stuff and said, hey, I would really love to have LeBron or Rich Paul come on the show and we could talk about what we had and then we can move on from here. And I want to make a public apology. I'm sorry about saying anything about his son, Bronny. I understand where you came from and I wish we could squash it, man. Anything you want, I'll come on. And then I'll come on your podcast and we can have it there so you can feel more comfortable. Whichever way you want to do it, we can do it. But I sincerely apologize for saying something that you took wrong about your son. I didn't mean I was coming from a basketball standpoint, not a father son, which he said in the beginning, kind of.
that's what he said.
He
That's
kind of
what he said.
paraphrased it that
And
way.
again, y'all know I'm not a fan of Stephen A. I've
Yeah,
said it.
yeah,
There's a few folks that y'all know that I don't like, and he's one of them.
yeah,
But
yeah.
we'll
So
see.
if that's the case, but now, dog, this is turning into sports and hip hop. Now they arguing, bringing up memes, talking about how they don't like justifying what I'm doing. If I see him, I would have swung on him if he'd put his hand. Come on, man! Like really, we're supposed to be grown ass men
You know,
in business suits and showing our kids this is how you do it. This is how you make it. You don't play sports, but you want to be a sports announcer. This is how you do it. Rich
come
Paul,
see
if
me
you want to
outside.
represent
Yeah,
sports,
yeah.
this is
You
how
want to
you
catch me
do it.
outside?
Yeah, man, honestly, you catch me outside. Come on, man. We too grown for that nowadays, man. And it's just sad because it makes us, at the end of the day, it makes us look bad because, unfortunately, when in a society where they generalize us.
Yeah. Well, we sent the link to one person. Maybe we ought to send the link to the sweater, to the hoodie, to Steve Nash. We send it to Draymond, y'all. We told Draymond he needs to wear this hoodie.
Yeah, I would love Draymond to endorse us. I
The
would
villain
love
is a
Draymond to
hero to
endorse us.
somebody. So I'm gonna get the address in Bristol, Connecticut, to ESPN, to Akron, Ohio, whatever the school is, and we just gonna give it to them. They don't even have to pay for
Yeah, they ain't got to pay for it. Just
it.
wear it. Just wear it on TV, man.
It's gonna be bow tied and wrapped up and everything. So if y'all want it too, there it is right there on the site. The villain is a hero to somebody. Good Lord.
Yep.
Got all kind
Yep.
of sizes. Tall boy, look at that, 2XL. You fit that? Man, you better get you one of these. Okay.
Everybody online, go ahead and order one, please.
Man,
Please. I
if
think
y'all
that's
don't, hold on, man. If
that's
y'all
a
don't
true
go get
statement.
this. Oh yeah, Marvin got it. Shouts out to Marvin. He got his. Yeah, he
Yeah.
got his right there. So there you go.
Yep.
What else we got? What else we got? I wanted to talk about a couple of things, but while I bring them up, damn shame what happened today. ML, baseball season started. It was cool to see Cube come out carrying the trophy to the Dodgers. That was cool. But baseball season started, and anyone who has MLB.com and MLB.TV, I couldn't watch none of my games. So
Is this the story?
it's me again griping. Because y'all, I'm the baseball guy. I just came out of right field with this. I know, but again, baseball start opening day was the day. I watched
Mm-hmm.
Cube come out for the Dodgers in the drop top, and he had the trophy, and he gave it to the team. Then I'm trying to watch my games on MLB TV, and just like everyone else, the whole network was down. I'm not happy with my sport right now. We already got
Man,
different rules that we're trying to adhere to, and now paying all this extra
that's
money
like
for
that's
this premium
like watching.
channel.
That's like paying to watch paint dry.
See, there you go. He talking about my sport there. Okay,
Unless the ball's juiced, or they pitching the whole, or the ball's juiced, or the bat's corked, or something like that. That's when it's exciting when they're hitting them home runs.
this man,
Otherwise, man,
you got no love for my sport, man.
and to be honest with you, playing baseball is fun. If you go out there with your boys and playing baseball,
Yeah,
playing softball, that's actually fun. But watching baseball, man, it's just not. It's not the
brutal,
business,
brother.
man.
You brutal, man.
Not for me, at least.
Golly, you brutal. All right. Just for that, I'm gonna bring up another story that again selfish for me.
Okay.
For me, never really was a Russell Wilson fan. So the fact that he done moved on to New York,
Yeah, he's trying to get that last paycheck.
he got that last paycheck. Oh, hold on. What
Yeah.
was the number? Ladies and gentlemen, Russell Wilson won the game one time, won the Super Bowl one time. What was his number? His number that he got signed for, hold please, I think it was 20 million for 1 year.
Yeah. So what see this the Giants, let's talk about the Giants front office. They're actually making smart moves by we're gonna sign Russell Wilson. If Russell Wilson gets hurt, we got
Yeah, it was 20
Jameis
million, I
Winston
believe.
behind
So,
him to back him up.
mm.
We got Winston to back him up. And guess what? We're gonna go ahead and draft that boy Cam Johnson out there from Miami, the quarterback, and bring him in for Russell to mentor him for 1 year. After that, if he's not ready after 1 year, we'll give the keys to Jameis Winston to keep us alive for one more year, and
I'd
then it's
rather see
gonna be that
James
young
play.
man's show.
I would rather see
Huh?
James Winston. I would rather see James play than to see this fool. I'm sorry. Again,
Not if you're trying to groom somebody that's coming through the ranks. No, I think Russell Wilson is the right person. He's
Danger
cerebral.
Mouse.
He knows the game. Look what he did for Fields in 1 year. Fields got way better by being around him. So I think he's the right person to do tutelage to a young up and coming quarterback. It's in New York. It is what it is. I'm happy, man. Hey, go
I'm just
get your
glad he's
money,
not.
dog.
I'm just glad he's not in Pittsburgh anymore. That's all. That's all I'm
He
gonna
didn't
say.
lose the game for y'all. What you talking about?
He just didn't. I don't know. He didn't fit. He didn't fit the Tomlin
Okay,
mold.
GM James Hicks. I didn't
Listen,
know.
no,
I didn't know you was doing
I
getting
wish
your
somebody
GM
would
on
give me
now.
one of them GM checks. Well, listen, I'd shake it up. Next thing you know, I'd
So
bring
are you mad that
Debo.
Najee Harris left as well? Are you mad because Najee's gone?
Yeah, that's not a good move. Man, just to be a fly
So
on the
so
wall and be able to make some of these decisions. This whole trade deadline and back and forth with some of the players, like I just talked about Debo. Why did he have to go from San Francisco? This is some interesting moves, but again, that's dollars and cents, and it's
well,
all business. But
that's all. Yeah, that's business. I mean, they got to play Brock Purdy. That's the problem. And Debo's on that big contract. They just paid Ayuk, who they're getting ready. Also, they saying shipping off
yeah, they was about to
because
get
they're
rid of
gonna have to
him.
break Brock Purdy off about 200 million.
$200 million. Man, we should have
Yep.
kept going playing sports, boy. If I was
I wish,
okay. I
man, I
wasn't
wish I
that
had the
good.
ability, brother.
Yeah,
If I had the ability, I'd have been there too.
I
But
was like,
I
if
ain't
I
have it,
was
so
good, but I wasn't that good.
yeah,
That's all.
yeah, I was
There is a
good, but
whole
I
different
wasn't that
level for
good.
being pro.
No, but it's all good, man. I mean, gotta think, man. We're talking about millionaires.
Yeah.
This is the funny part.
Mm-hmm.
We're critiquing millionaires, guys that have made it, and great for them. I'm happy for Russell Wilson. I'm glad he's made it in New
Yeah.
York. He's squeezing another paycheck out
That's
of
where
it.
he won his Super Bowl. So again, he knows that stadium. He knows that town.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
He was on the other
he's
side
gonna be
before.
perfectly fine. I mean, it ain't no better than baseball. Like them dudes are squeezing baseball. You don't even got to hit 300 and get 20 million in baseball.
See,
So
no salary cap in baseball.
yeah, ain't no salary cap. You don't have to even hit 300 no more. Remember, 300 was the standard. You hit 300, then you that guy. Now them dudes is batting 250 and getting paid. So
Now it's more of a slugging percentage. See, there he go talking bad about my sport. There it is right there. That ain't nothing but the devil right there. Yeah, that's what you get for talking about baseball. That's what that is. Mm-hmm. Touch him, Lord.
that's
Touch him.
actually my wife. That's my wife blowing me up. So
Okay. Well, we're not gonna get you in trouble. I thought you didn't want it to be like the IRS or nothing, because it is close to that time, y'all. So make sure y'all got your paperwork. Lord have mercy, Montel. This is gonna be blooper reels right here for the show. This is gonna be bloopers for the show.
yeah, she gonna get on me on this one. So I guess we're gonna be wrapping it up real soon, right?
Lord have mercy. Go ahead and wrap it up, brother. Go ahead. I don't see any
Yeah,
more
man. Again,
comments. I don't. So go and bring us home. We went on for a while.
it's
We
all
said what
good.
we
First,
needed
shout
to
out to my
say.
family. Shout out to my beautiful wife. I know she's trying to get a hold of me. But again, man, check on your loved ones, man.
Yeah.
Check on them, make sure they're okay. You know, say your prayers every night, man. And like I said, always get comfortable having uncomfortable conversations because that's how we learn.
Y'all never know what you're gonna get here on Team No Sleep. We out, y'all.
Montel and James, bringing the heat. Team No Sleep with champions meet. We're on the mic, taking over the game. No time for wrestlers, we're in it for fame. Talking sports, breaking it down from the court to the field. All around town, we stay up all night, grinding on the mic, bringing news, real stories on the fly. Montel's got the stats, James got the flow. Together we're a duo ready to blow. From NBA to NFL and the MLB, we got all the updates. Yeah.